And we're back, folks, 7:27 on a Wednesday morning here on the Michigan Insider on Sports Talk 1050, WTKA, online at WTK.com. We're live here inside the Suburban Chevrolet Make the Choice studios, and you know that music means. We talk diamond action every Wednesday about this time, and now we're talking about postseason diamond action. The Big Ten tournament is upon us, and to reflect upon last week and look ahead to the Big Ten tournament, we have Michigan head baseball coach Eric Bakich. Coach Bakich, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, Sam. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm hoping that these diamond sort of celebrations that we've seen here of late, most notably the softball team, hopefully it continues with the Michigan baseball team. Let's back up before we start talking Big Ten tournament, though, Coach. You talked about your team getting a hefty and worthy test heading into postseason action, and Kansas provided that. They got one, but you guys got the final one heading into the tournament. Let's look back at those two games.
Yeah, sure. But first, let's talk about the bump I got on my head from hitting my head on the TV, being so excited for the Michigan softball team with the back-to-back jacks in the seventh inning and then the game-saving, home run robbing catch. I'm so pumped up, jumped off the couch, almost hit my head on the TV. Just want to give a shout-out to Coach Hutch and the Michigan softball team. That was awesome.
Hey, Coach, before you go on, they showed the camera shot of Hutch's face off the crack of the bat when the Arizona State hitter. It looked like it was going to go over the wall, and it looked like Hutch thought to herself, "Oh, well, that's it." And then when Lindsey Doyle jumps up and catches the ball, then she says, "Oh my God," she's as shocked and as elated as everyone else. In that moment, I'm sure you could know exactly what was in her mind as a coach. I saw the post-game speech to the team going through her head, what she was going to say to them. I saw all that in that moment.
Oh, there's no question. I mean, it's just sometimes this game feels like it can just rip your heart out because there's only one team that's happy at the end of the year, and then sometimes it can just lift you up. And that was one of those uplifting moments where the student athletes really just made some unbelievable plays and had some clutch moments. And yeah, I knew exactly what Coach Hutch was thinking. That was so cool.
All right, so Coach, as I said, you told us, hey, Kansas, this is a really good team. It's coming in here, going to give us a real good test, and we're gonna get a good look heading into the postseason. And you did that. That first game. You talk about, a whirlwind of emotions. Your team ties it up in the ninth, and then they then they come back and they just blitz you.
Yeah, Kansas is a good team. They're 22nd ranked team in the country. They're an at-large bid type team. That they're a good squad. They're really competitive in the Big 12. I think they finished third in the conference. So yeah, we knew we had our work cut out for us. We played a nail biter game there like we have so many times this year, and we gave up the lead in the eighth, but came back and tied it going into the ninth, and then just had a little bit of a meltdown. Made an error on a bunt play. They ended up hitting a 2-out, 3-run jack, and before you know it, they just expanded the lead, and we just let that one slip away from us. But it was, going into the ninth inning, it was, it was going to be a really close game.
Yeah, and then, but as we've seen from your team this year, and I think I think you've used the word resilient a number of times in talking about your squad this season. So you have that disappointment. I mean, like you said, you tie it up in the eighth, and then, boom, they blitz you top of the ninth. It's easy for that to bring you down. Your team comes back and responds in resounding fashion just the way, as a coach, you want them to.
Yeah, they did, and it was a special moment, too, because it was senior day, and we had all of our seniors in there, and everybody, we just played well, and at this point of the year, whether you're talking about the end of the regular season or conference tournament or regional play, the best team doesn't win. It's the team who plays the best, and we played the best that day, and we got great pitching performances like we have for the last few weeks. We had some clutch hitting, and we played great defense, had some web gem plays defensively, but all of our seniors, Ben Ballantyne and Logan McAnallen and Alex Locatos and Cole Martin and Brett Winger, all 5 of them did a terrific job, contributed in some way, and it was just a great positive day and a great win for us.
Now, Coach, we didn't really get a chance to reflect on what the seniors have really meant to you last week, and I meant to do that. In retrospect now, senior day, just take us through the emotions of the day. And I know the season isn't over, but in your tenure, the growth of this team and where this team is now heading into the postseason, talk about the role that your seniors have played in all of that.
Well, anytime there's a coaching transition or a coaching change, as a new coach coming in, you always hope that there would be total buy-in, especially from the upperclassmen. But it's a tricky thing. It's not always as easy as, hey, this is how we're going to do it. There has to be an adjustment. And our 5 seniors, I couldn't have asked for better buy-in and better support from them. They were all an extension of the coaching staff on and off the field, and they did a terrific job in helping our coaching staff, lead this group in a positive direction, and they've helped build the foundation for what's going to be an extremely successful program here in the future. So I couldn't be happier with our 5 seniors and really appreciative of their effort and their support in their careers, but it's in the 2 years that I've been here as well.
We're talking to Michigan baseball coach Eric Bakich this morning here on the Michigan Insider on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA, online at WTKA.com. Worthy of note, before we start talking about Big Ten tournament action, you did have a number of players, or do have a number of players that received Big Ten honors. You talked about this kid all season, Jackson Glines, just outstanding year, all Big Ten second team honors. And then Travis Mazies was a third team selection. You even had Carmen Benedetti get all freshman team honors. So and same thing with Brett Adcock. So you had a number of guys get some recognition for conference honors.
Yeah, we sure did. And, there could have been a few other guys added to that list as well. I thought Cole Martin, was deserving of some recognition with the way that he's caught all year. And really, he hit, almost 340 in conference play. So, it was a great testament to those guys, to their work ethic and their ability. And we had a few other guys right on the fringe as well. But always good to get recognized, no question.
All right, so, Coach, Now it's postseason time. You take on Minnesota, and going back about a month and a half ago, they came to Michigan and took 2 of 3. So kind of, what do you remember from that series? What was it about Minnesota that allowed them to come on top, and kind of go over the strengths of this team? What makes them a dangerous team?
Well, we were in a little bit darker of a place back then, Sam. Cole Martin was out. We just we've shuffled the lineup a little bit. We weren't playing our best back then, and so it's a totally different mindset, totally different feeling, totally different confidence level right now. But Minnesota, Coach Anderson has been there for a long time. And usually it seems like every year they pitch it pretty well and just try to manufacture some runs. And so the kid throwing tonight is a good pitcher. He got all conference recognition as well, right-handed pitcher that is just gonna throw a lot of strikes. And so we actually had pretty good success. That was the game that we lost when he pitched. We lost in extra innings where we had an opportunity to win it late. We didn't get a squeeze bunt down in the bottom of the 8th inning, and then it went to extras, and we lost 9-6 in 10 or 11 innings. But their starter did a good job, but we did a good job with our approach. And so I think offensively we're just going to look to replicate that. And this is a huge ballpark here at TD Ameritrade Park out in Omaha. So hitting line drives is going to be paramount, and having that type of approach, getting on top of the ball, is going to be critical, because fly balls are all going to be outs. They're all going to be caught. It's 408 to dead center and huge in the gaps, and the wind blows in. So that's not a recipe for success, getting underneath the ball. So I just really like where our guys are at. I like our team mindset. We're playing our very best baseball of the entire year right now. And so I think the entire team, coaching staff, and everyone should feel pretty confident and feel good about what's going on.
Coach, you mentioned that you guys were in a different place, and it's clear that at that point there was some switch, and I don't know if it was the tweaks that you talked about or Cole Martin getting. I don't know what it was, but after that, from that series on, you go on to win 4 of your next 5 series, including on the road at a really good Illinois. Can you kind of pinpoint what it was? I don't even know if you want to dwell on it, if you just don't want to mess with talk about a good thing, but do you know what it was that kind of changed to kind of get you guys on this roll?
If I could point to one thing, I'd point to the mentality of our team and just the way they compete. And I think Coach Hutch always uses the word attack. And there just wasn't that attack in our guys. There wasn't that urgency early on. And maybe that's, playing a lot of young guys who are just trying to get a feel for it and, they don't know how to attack. But once, about halfway through, you're right about after that series and heading into Illinois, I just thought, and there was a midweek loss where we didn't compete well at all to Notre Dame. And I thought after that, we had a little bit of one of those meetings, coach-player meetings where we just needed an adjustment in our mindset. And, it hasn't been smooth sailing ever since, but the way our guys compete, especially the last few weeks, and the way they grind out at bats and the way the pitchers are attacking the strike zone on the mound and the way our defense is playing, when we get timely hits, I feel really good about our pitching and defense. And when we get timely hits, it's going to be tough to beat us. But the biggest difference is just the mentality of our team and the aggressive mindset and being on the attack. Gotcha.
Well, that certainly bodes well for tonight's matchup with Minnesota, folks. 9 p.m. Central, so 10 Eastern, and an opportunity to see the Wolverines in action in Big Ten tournament play on the Big Ten Network. So, Coach, good luck. You win this one. You play again tomorrow against Indiana or Iowa, and then we'll go from there. Well, it's one game at a time. We'll see how things go against Minnesota tonight. Like you said, different place for this team. So good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you next week about what we hope are some really, really big things.
Sounds great to me. Thanks a lot, Sam.
All right, thanks a lot. That's Michigan baseball coach Eric Bakich.
That's right, Sam and Eric Bakich and Kara Hutchins, and all of our baseball, softball coverage from U of M is brought to you by Advantage Sports. Want to take your game to new heights? Advantage Sports on Stadium Boulevard in Ann Arbor is the place to catch the advantage for all things baseball and softball. Advantage Sports carries all the top brands, including Wilson, Demarine, Easton, Rawlings, and Mizuno, offering everything needed to outfit any serious ball player with indoor batting cages and professional instruction, glove and equipment repair by GP Sports Services, and physical training by Advantage Strength and Conditioning. Everything you need to fine-tune your game is all under one roof. So choose to catch the advantage at Advantage Sports on Stadium in Ann Arbor. Visit catchtheadvantage.com. That's catchtheadvantage.com, or you can call 734-369-4944.
So coming up on the other side, Ira, we have the recruiting roundup, and I thought I had adequately addressed this recruiting policy in Sean Crawford, and I continue to get questions about it, continue to get hand-wringing from Michigan fans saying that, Michigan is being arrogant. Michigan just isn't doing the right thing here. Michigan is out of touch. And I do one more time. I got a few different questions about this, saying Michigan isn't being consistent now. It's like, maybe I'm in a twilight zone. But I'll try one last time to address these last few and most recent questions on the topic, and then that'll be the end, at least for me. Maybe not for others out there. It'll be the end for me. Last time I want to talk about it on the other side here of the Michigan Insider on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA, the official voice of University of Michigan.